Good evening, Martinez Country Home here. It's Sunday, guys. Sunday evening, June the 27th, I believe. It's Sunday. Kind of got off to a late start posting this video, but I had a pretty busy day. Um, went out to the shooting range and you know did some just some shooting with my son. It was a pretty laid back day. Um, what I wanted to talk about tonight, guys, is it's become very apparent that um, the economy, although it looks pretty normal. Me personally, I'm starting to see not so much rising prices, guys, but you're getting less with than what you pay for. The shrinkflation, and that includes that includes like I said before, packaged stuff. It usually the packaged stuff like chips, pizzas, like processed foods. I know I mentioned this before, but this weekend I saw so many examples of it that I'm like, it's becoming very noticeable. Um, we bought some pizza, right? And when the guy handed him to me, he handed him to me through the drive-through window. Um, the boxes were a lot smaller, noticeably smaller than what they usually are. And also you're starting to see inferior ingredients for the foods that we eat. Um, that's another thing I had been noticing for a while. A lot of the foods that canned goods, um, you're starting to see that something to look for is not just they're smaller. It might be smaller, and if they're not smaller, guys, a lot of times what they'll do is they'll use cheaper, inferior ingredients. Okay, the soups might not taste the same. Certain items that you buy at the store, um, the chips, or if you buy like hamburger helper type stuff, all those things. The ingredients that make up the powder that you might put in there to make like hamburger helper stuff like that. I'm just giving an example here, but I taste the difference. It doesn't taste the same. It tastes, I don't know how to explain it, but it tastes exaggerated. Okay, so I've been meaning to say this. So with shrinkflation, you'll inflation, they'll try to cover it up with shrinkflation, inferior ingredients, right? And I'm starting to see that a lot. Maybe it's just me, but I've been eating these things for a long time, and I can tell that they're not the same. It's just off. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. It A lot of the flavoring is exaggerated. If you know what I'm saying, it tastes too salty. Okay, so they try to maybe add a lot of MSG or salt or something to for your body to crave it. I mean, for your body to want it, right? It's not so much it tastes good, but it tastes salty. You know what I'm saying? Just little things, guys. Sodas don't taste the same. We don't drink a lot of sodas, right? But excuse me, I'm just saying a lot of these products that sometimes we buy, I'm starting to see they're inferior. Okay. Um. Also, guys, I'm starting to feel on a personal level, I'm so glad that I've been prepping this past year and a half, or roughly, right? That I picked up my preps, because I'm starting to see, um, I'm let's just say I'm being very thankful that I've been preparing, stockpiling a lot of things, because I'm starting to see, I'm starting to feel it. Um, Things are catching up. You know what I'm saying? They're I'm starting to feel like the hamster on that wheel, just spinning that wheel, and not really moving anywhere. Okay, but like I said, I'm very glad that I prepped. Okay, that I thought ahead, and it just seems like I'm looking at everything that's going on, especially with the economy, guys. Yes, we're worrying about the health crisis also, right? They're still, they keep at it. Um, I keep seeing other um news sites, right, where they're talking about, they bring it up. They never leave it alone, even though we can see with our own eyes that um things are, well, they never were right, but we can see that things are okay as far as that goes. But the narrative is still being pushed, okay? But so those are things that to me are being used to hide the looting and the pillaging of not just the American people, guys, but I think the globe as in general, the whole world. um we're being looted of the fruits of our labor. um you know that is what is the main thing that is being covered up, is the financial system, the economies of the world. But here in America, okay, because that's what I can speak about. I can't speak to what's going on in other countries, but what I see here. And um really, I don't have anything to complain about, but um I'm seeing the big picture, and I'm seeing how things are moving along. I'm seeing how things are progressing. And if I follow into the logical conclusion, it's not good, guys. We just keep on stocking, guys. Keep on preparing. um I apologize for not putting out more videos, but um in a way, there's a lot to talk about, guys, but it's the same mo. They're the same mo. They have us distracted with all these things. And it's just a distraction, guys. A couple of days ago, that tower in Florida, that I guess Miami Beach, it collapsed. It looked like an explosion, or maybe like uh when they demolish a building, when it gets imploded, right? It reminded me of the Oklahoma City bombing, of that, the Alfred P. Murrah building, or whatever it was called, that federal building. That's what it reminded me of. That's what it looked like. But um, to me, guys, those are all. I'm not saying they're not important. I just feel like they're distracting us. And I'm really starting to see the inflation. I'm starting to see how they're trying to hide it. And I'm seeing how we're just trying to keep up, trying to pay our bills or whatever, and very little money left over for what I call, what they call, what do they call that, discretionary income, right? Discretionary funds. Very little for that. So I'm just glad again that I've been preparing, buying, stockpiling. So you got to do that, guys, because it's not gonna get better. These things are gonna get worse. We're gonna be able to buy less with the money we make. Um, you're gonna have to spend more money to get the same amount of products that you're getting now, and it's just gonna get worse, progressively worse. And so I'm seeing that, even here in Texas, where it compared to other states, generally speaking, um, I'm seeing it. Um, we just had Fiesta Week out here. They I guess last year they had postponed it, right? Or they canceled it. So this year they did it. We have Fiesta Week. It's kind of like Mardi Gras, something like that. But they had it a couple of months past where they usually have it. And I'm thinking to myself, man, now's not a good time to be out there just blowing money blowing money like that. I mean, but If you got it, great, right? But I ain't got the money like that to do that. I'm trying to be a little bit more uh frugal with what I got. You know what I'm saying? Um. Anyway, guys, um, just keep prepping, keep stocking up because honestly, this is as good as it's gonna get. It's not gonna get any better. It's not. Prices are not gonna go down. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna go down. They're just gonna keep continue to go up, or you're gonna get less for your money. Okay, they might stay the same, but the it might get smaller. So that's really what I wanted to talk about today, guys, because that's what I'm seeing. And another thing, these past couple of days, I've been really. I heard a couple of. I saw. I'm sorry. I saw a couple of videos posted about the global harvest, right? Basically, especially here in America, we've had very bad harvest, right, because of natural disasters, the fires, the freezing weather that we just went through this past winter. Um, Fires out there in the West Coast, floods in the Midwest. The past couple of years, we've had some very bad weather and stuff like that, and it's affecting the harvest, right? And of course, the ones that really speak very well about that is IceAge Farmer and Alaska Prepper. They're pretty much on the ball, and on the money about the things that they're talking about. Um, but um, Another thing is, guys, at the grocery store, I'm just seeing the way it's stocked. It's not as much. It, and we were talking about how um, we've gotten a lot of the people here have gotten like extra funds if they have kids in school that have reduced or free lunch, right? And so, excuse me, and so they have extra money, and so they've been hitting the grocery store. So in our area, I'm seeing that that's probably why. But just keep an eye on like flour, stuff like that. Of course, any canned goods with vegetables and fruit, stuff like that. Um, just pay attention, guys, because it's kind of gradual. Um, but when it starts to speed up, if it does start to speed up, guys, um, other people are gonna notice it, and they're gonna ask themselves like, what's going on. And once one story is released by the media that we're having a food shortage, or they give it some kind of publicity, the masses are gonna hit the stores, and they're gonna wipe it out. They're gonna wipe it out clean. So it's gonna happen fast. So right now, that any chance you get, guys, pick up something. I read those stories about the global, the famine, right? They're talking about that we're gonna see famine in the coming years or whatever, and you know what? I believe it. Um, I've seen some channels where they some of these people, they buy. I mean, I'm talking about, they buy pallets, bags of like flour, white rice, beans. I mean, they buy stacks. And I used to think, man, that's a lot. That's a lot of food for 1 year or whatever. But these people, um, I think they got the right idea, guys. We might have to really, like, really, really stock up. If it gets that bad, right, where you have to stock up for years, I mean, that means that it's really gotten bad. But that's what we do. What we gotta do, guys. So anyway, I'll leave a link to those two videos in case I'm sure most of y'all know IceAge Farmer and Alaska Prepper. But I'll leave some of those links below for y'all, guys, so y'all can check them out. And maybe it'll drive home what we're facing. On top of that, the economy. Uh, the Federal Reserve and the central banks are robbing us, guys, as we speak. They're printing money, and um, they're literally buying up assets with money that they just created out of thin air. And to make it worse, we're liable for it. Uh, they're putting the debt burden on us. So it's very satanic, guys. Very evil, very immoral. But they don't care. I mean, it's a system that uh, the American politicians back in the early 1900s, they sold us out. They were all in on it, and that's the mechanism of us being robbed, and we're being cheated. So anyway, I'm gonna leave those links for y'all. And guys, just it's like anything. We gotta prepare. If there's a hurricane coming, or some forest fire or something, wildfire, we prepare for these things. And um, so this is no different. It's just another calamity that's coming. So we gotta prepare for it, and we can get through it, guys. We just have to be prepared so we can ride out the storm, because eventually it will get better. But we have to be prepared to ride out the storm for however long it takes. So anyway, guys, that'll be all for today. I hope you all had a great weekend. It was a pretty nice weekend here in South Texas. I hope you all had a great weekend as well. So anyway, guys, y'all take care of each other and love each other, because that's what we're here for. God bless.